Welcome to another episode of the Miami Real Estate Show. Today, I have the pleasure to interview Jose Collado, broker owner for Deconova International Realty and one of the most sought after instructors for the Miami Realtors Association, specializing in teaching agents how to buy properties in the online auction world. The organizational skills you're about to hear from Jose are just amazing. He owns 5 different offices, supervises over 260 agents. He closes every year more than 100 transactions, and he has closed more than 300 properties, or bought 300 properties in the online auction world. So the information you're about to hear is just amazing. So I hope you learn as much as I did from this interview. Without further ado, I leave you with Jose Collado, broker owner of Deconova International Realty and one of the most sought after instructors for the Miami Realtors Association. Take care.
DowntownDoral.com, a true modern metropolis where business and pleasure mix together. Envisioned by the renowned developer Armando Codina, Downtown Doral is located next to the world-famous Trump National Golf Course. When finished, it will consist of 10 residential towers designed by renowned architects like Sigurd Suarez, Carlos Ott, and Arquitectonica. It will have first-class shops, restaurants, and a charter school. The first tower is already in construction and to be delivered in the first quarter of 2016. Its second tower, called 5300 Paseo, with a total of 219 units, starts at just $280,000 and has an anticipated delivery in mid-2016. Downtown Doral, an elegant lifestyle and a safe place to call home. For more information, visit downtowndoral.com or call 305-392-5800. That's downtowndoral.com or call 305-392-5800.
Welcome to another episode of the Miami Real Estate Show. Today, I have the pleasure to interview Jose Collado. He's the broker owner of Deconova International Realty. He's not only a broker, he's one of the most sought after instructors at the Miami Real Estate Association. That's the way we got to meet each other. And also he's an advisor for many investors in the online auction real estate world. So Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me here in your offices. Finally, we get to do the show. We've talked many times. You and I share the same passion, which is teaching, right? You are a very, very well known instructor in the Miami Realtors Association, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your experience as a broker and advising many investors. But before that, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your background? How you got started in real estate, and how long have you been in the business?
Well, after I finished my degree in marketing,
Okay.
that I was in Chile, my country.
Okay.
I came back to the States 15 years ago, and
Okay.
I started working on the insurance business. After a couple of years, I found out that it was not secure for me.
Okay.
It was not for me. I don't know. It was a destiny situation, and I made the decision to change to another profession that was real estate.
Okay.
And I worked for one company for 1 year, and then I opened my own company in 2002.
Okay, so we're talking about at least 13 years in the business.
Exactly.
All right. Did you have any mentor at the time?
Not really.
I know you would like to learn on your own, and you're a self-taught
Exactly.
professional.
Yeah, my mentor was my computer, we can say.
All right. So you built a very successful. Let's start with it because you have 3 different hats at least. All right, you are the broker. You also do some general real estate. As a matter of fact, I know you closed over 100 transactions last year for your own production, but working mainly with investors. So let's get started with the broker. You have at the time, how many agents work for you right now?
Today, 260.
260 agents. What do you see is the common challenge most agents have today? Not only the ones working for you, but the ones that you teach at the Miami Association of Realtors.
That's what I find on my classes, not even in my office, and the board of realtors, or in any transaction, because I'm involved in transaction. I like to work. I like to be involved with other agents. Is the lack of education.
Exactly.
Lack of education, and that's the key in our business, and that's what the most of the agent they need, for today's market, because the customer, the clientele that we have, they're really well educated.
Right.
Not just locally, internationally the same. When you go on a trip, you travel a lot, the same as me, and when you talk to international people, they know almost the same that we know, and sometimes they know more.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
you need to be well prepared. We do a lot of trade shows, in South America and Canada. And the agent that they come with me, they need to be really well prepared.
Really well prepared. And especially with the topic that you will teach the most at the association, which is the online auction world. Can you elaborate a little bit about what does that mean? Because, I mean, your classes are completely packed. I mean, when you have a class at the association, it's like full, 100% sold out. So there's a lot of demand from agents to learn exactly how the online auction real estate works. So can you explain to me a little bit about it, and what is it exactly that you do?
First of all, the why the agent they like the class, or they want to attend to the classes, because we're in Miami. And Miami is the land of the investors.
Right.
All people around the world that want to invest in Florida and in Miami, or maybe Orlando. For that reason, the agent, they come to the class. They want to learn about a new way to do business with investors, and how the market is right now. All the sales associate or broker, they know that it's the MLS, the regular, database that we have is really competitive, and there's not much opportunities there. For that reason, they're looking for a new opportunity, and the online auction, it brings you a really good opportunity for investor to make a good profit on their investment.
Tell me a little bit about three things: the good things about the online auctions, the bad things about it, because nothing is perfect, and what are some of the myths about that world?
The good thing about the online auction is the profit.
Okay.
There's a lot of way to do business. I
Okay.
cannot say that this is the best or the most profitable way to do real estate, but it's when I talk to investor and tell them, and according to my experience, we can achieve this. They say it's really good.
Okay.
For me, that means that it's a really good investment for the investors. The bad thing is there's a lot of people doing this. This is specific, type of transaction that they're not really prepared for them to do it.
Okay.
And then put it in risk the profession, and they put it in risk their investor money, and themselves.
What are some of the key things that a person, a real estate agent that's looking for that new opportunity in the online auction should do? Well, first of all, attend one of your classes at the Miami Association of Realtors.
Not one.
Well, many.
Many.
Okay. Many. Are they different levels, or how many different classes do you teach regarding that topic?
I started doing a class that was a basic class,
Okay.
and then I put the advanced.
Okay.
But it depends on the audience.
And what's the difference between the basic and the advanced?
It's the mindset.
Is it? Okay.
The people, they come and say, I want to hear the advanced class.
Okay.
And I improvise on my classes.
Okay.
And because I take the daily basis,
Okay.
what is in the auction the day of the class.
Okay.
And it depends how the audience that I have, I will do a more advanced or less advanced.
Okay.
Advanced in the online auction is just practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't do the class just reviewing cases, because they always, like in half of the class, that they never came to the class.
Okay.
For that reason, I start from the beginning. Maybe instead of doing the basic part in an hour, I do it in 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then we start reviewing cases and doing the due diligence that is needed for the.
I haven't been to one of those classes yet. All right.
You need to come.
I must go.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is basically you take them through the different steps and stages of the online auction process. Is it right?
I show them everything.
Okay, from A to Z.
I show them.
Uh-huh.
I try to teach them.
Okay.
But we can say I show them.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
teach them is
It's a different level. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, so it's several years on the business, and always I was involved on the title part, on the
Okay.
mortgage side. For that reason, for me, it's a lot easier than
Easier,
other
right,
people
right.
to understand
Right.
the public records and many things that we need to follow
Mhm.
to go on and do diligent process that is effective.
Okay. That's what I had here in my notes off camera. We were talking about that, which is that the biggest risk you were mentioning is the due diligence.
Yeah.
Most agents don't know how to do the due diligence.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I can tell you, I have agents that they went to my class and they
Okay.
called me and they told me, Jose, I bought a property, but I'm not sure what I did.
Okay. Okay. Imagine.
Yeah, they bought it already. They bought a property and
Okay.
they're not sure what they did. That's it.
How many
risk.
properties have you bought online, if I might know?
And I can say like 300.
300 properties,
with my
right.
team.
Okay.
In Miami, Broward, Orlando.
Because you also travel a lot to Orlando, and in Orlando you do a lot of auctions also.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
like Orlando area.
Okay.
There's a lot of opportunity.
Okay.
Orlando is growing.
Okay.
You cannot imagine. Orlando today, comparing with 5 years ago, is a different city. Like we talk a lot in Miami 2020.
Right.
Orlando 2020 is going to be amazing.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, and we do a lot of, right now we have a big part of our pipeline at the auction
Okay.
is in the Orlando area.
Okay.
And the main reason of that is because in Orlando, first of all, I don't teach the class.
In Orlando.
In Orlando, I don't teach
You
the
don't?
class. I don't.
Okay.
And I don't know if agents in Orlando, they're just more responsible.
Okay.
I don't know. Because in Miami, you see everything. You see
Okay.
whatever is weird, you see it in Miami.
Okay. Well, it's a huge city. Yeah. Yeah.
Huge city. And but in Orlando, there's less, unprepared competition.
Okay.
In Miami, that's a big problem. There's a lot of people. That
So
is
in
not
Orlando,
prepared.
they're prepared, more prepared.
They're more prepared
Okay.
for sure, and they're more responsible. They do the due diligence.
Okay.
And the one that they don't know how to do it, they're not involved.
Okay.
That's a big difference. For that reason, we take in Orlando, Orange County, like a big opportunity for this online auction.
So, and I know you've done a lot of transactions for yourself. You've also advised many agents and, of course, your investors. And you built a very successful practice with over 250 agents. What are some of those habits or characteristics that have made you very successful in your practice? 2 or 3 things that stand out. You say, listen, this is what I think has made me very, very successful in the real estate business.
I try to be organized as much as I can.
Okay.
A lot of people, they come to my office and say, this guy doesn't work.
Okay.
The desk is really clean.
Okay.
It's not because I don't work. It's
Okay.
the way that I work.
Okay.
I need to be really organized.
So you basically simplify, you clarify. In coaching, we call it, in order to achieve success, you have to be very clear, very simple, and very focused. So you have a very simple, doesn't mean that you don't know anything. But
Exactly. We established a paperless system 2 years ago.
Okay.
And you can see all my offices. You don't see any papers.
Okay.
And that's the way that I pursue my agents to
Okay.
work with. And it's going to simplify their life.
Okay.
Their branding is going to be effective, really positive, because when they're in front of the client with our system, or not just the computer system, it's just the way that they approach the client.
Okay.
The client, they feel really comfortable working with a professional that
Okay.
is really organized.
Now, you also mentioned something very interesting off camera when we were talking about how have you been able to become a successful broker, advisor to investors, and an instructor. And you mentioned something very important. And a couple of weeks we met in your offices, and I saw that you had a team. You were able to delegate, right? And not only you have a few assistants, but you have also different levels of team members. Can you elaborate on that? Because I think that's part of what has allowed you to grow your business in part.
Exactly. The company, we have 5 offices.
Okay.
2 in Miami, 2 in Orlando, 1
Okay.
in Fort Myers.
Okay.
3 years ago, I was going to every single office, like one day in Kendall, one day in Doral, one day in Orlando.
Okay.
And I told myself that
This is not the way to live.
it's not gonna. This business is not gonna grow that
Okay.
way. This is not the way.
Right.
I don't have any kids, but my wife was saying, well, "Are you coming home tonight?" I don't know. It was something.
I don't know if tonight or
exactly. And for that reason, we start creating the staff and the office.
Mm-hmm.
We start bringing talent to the office.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we have in every single office we have a team leader
Mm-hmm.
in charge of the agents. I'm the backup.
Okay.
The team leader is not at the office, and I'm in the office. I'm the one who support the agents.
Okay.
But in every single office, we have a team leader, and we have the staff.
Very smart. Okay.
To support all the paperwork
Okay.
and any need that the agent they would need.
And what is that?
There's no excuses.
Okay.
We have the team.
And what is that team leader doing exactly? Other than, I assume they're also real estate agents, right?
It is a must.
Okay, right. So they're real estate agents,
Yeah.
and what's their daily activities as team leaders?
Supporting agents.
Supporting
They
them.
need to be supporting agents. And
Okay.
why I told you that it is a must
Mhm.
that they need to be involved on the real estate
Mhm.
business is the same as me.
Mhm.
I need to be on the field. I need to
Right.
do business. I need to be in communication with other
Mhm.
agents. That way, I don't want to be rusty on the business.
Right.
And the best way for me to teach agents from my company or the board or in any place when I go to do classes out of the states
Right.
is I need to know the business and the real life.
It's such a key important thing, and that resonates with me because now I have other coaches in the company, and it gets to a point where you say, well, it's my job to be doing seminars, doing the show, or coaching agents, but at least I need to be coaching agents in a daily basis, at least one. Very few. I have a very selective group of people that I coach, and then I have other coaches coaching the rest of the people, but I need to be involved in it daily so I can be creative. I can understand exactly what they're going through, and I think you relate to that. I mean, if they're not real estate agents, they don't know exactly what the person that they're supervising is going through.
It's like the team leader, they're supposed to know a lot more than the agents.
Okay.
For that reason, they need to be on the field.
Okay.
When the team leader tell me, Jose, I don't want to be here tomorrow, don't tell me that.
Right.
I don't need to know that.
Right.
If you're going to be supporting the agents, right now with technology,
Mm-hmm.
like I tell my agents, you wanna reach me, it's fine. Send me a text.
Right.
Call me,
Right.
an email. I don't need to be in the office.
Right.
That's a misconception.
Right.
For that reason is the team leader, they can be everywhere and they can be serving our team, and we're gonna have the best results.
Very good. Now, one of the failures, and I'm sure you had many like any other successful entrepreneur, one failure that stands out, and what did you learn from that specific failure?
We fail every single day,
Mm-hmm.
but a big failure.
Part of the business.
Part of the business, part
Right.
of life.
Right.
We're not perfect
Mhm.
human beings. The crisis that we have in 2007 at the end,
Yes.
beginning 2008.
Uh-huh.
It was not my failure, but we were involved.
Exactly.
We
Very
were
good.
part
very
of
good.
it.
Right.
And that was a big failure because
Mhm.
we were so confident that we were the country that we are.
Mhm.
We never thought that
That something like
there's
that
something
could
like
happen.
that could
Right.
happen, but it happens.
Uh-huh.
And for that reason is we learn a lot.
What did you learn? A few things that you learned, 2 or 3 different things that you learned from that 2007 failure that happened to many agents, many brokers, and many companies in different industries.
The most important I can
Mhm.
tell is I need to be ahead.
Aha.
I need to be ahead.
What do you mean by that? Very good, but you need to be ahead.
Yeah, like when we start working with the online auction,
Mhm.
The auction is here forever,
Mhm.
since I don't know when. But it was at the courthouse. The
Mhm.
people there had to go there, and
It was a different
the
way of
different
doing
way-
the different system.
Exactly. Right now it's online.
Right.
When I saw that, I started learning,
Okay.
the system, and it took me a while. We're talking about 2009.
Okay.
And I started doing business in that. And I remember when I opened my first account on the court. Right now in Miami-Dade County, they have like a 70,000
Accounts.
accounts.
That's right now in 2015.
Exactly, 70,000 people that they create
They're
an
beating.
account.
They're
Not
beating.
beating,
No, but they have an account
Exactly.
that they're okay. That
I
allows
remember-
them to beat at any certain point.
I remember that I have clients. I open accounts with the number 55.
Okay, that was
40,
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, and that's the concept that I went ahead. They said, look, this is a great opportunity.
Okay.
We're gonna have a big wave of foreclosures, and I know that the bank at some time they're gonna have control of the price, and they wanna release the properties. And I don't wanna deal with their REOs. We all my respect to the REOs. When you buy at the online auction, you buy before.
Okay.
Before it goes to before it become an REO. For that reason, I prefer that, and we start working on that concept. Same thing when we wanna. I was talking with my wife one day. I told her, look, we need to do something different. I'm gonna go, international. At that point, we had to change the name of the company from Easy Home Realty to Deconova International Realty, because I went to my first couple trips, and I was promoting, because what I do myself, I don't go to sell out of the state. I promote this branding. Easy Home Realty, it sounds so local for Miami.
For Miami.
And I told my wife once, we need to do something with it. We need to change the name of our kid. And it took us like 3 months.
Okay.
And we changed the name. As soon as we changed the name, we have a big change in everything in the company.
So it was a huge improvement for the company.
Huge improvement. I don't know if I mentioned to you, before, but when we changed the name of the company 2 years ago, we have like 60 agents in the company.
Okay.
Even though the company was, on the market for 10 years, it was completely different. As soon as we changed the name of the company, the agents they started being interested in the company.
So the name of the company was a key factor in your productivity.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just skipped some, marketing material from the old company, and but it's I don't know what is the reason why.
Okay.
But, it was a big change.
Okay. So always stay ahead. Always stay improving and innovating.
Exactly. That was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and I was thinking ahead, and the market is getting a little stable. It's going to stabilize between 2015 and 2016. What is going to happen next? As you know, and I know, international business, international buyers, it's really important for our economy.
Right.
And you want to have a stable pipeline and clientele, you need to go international.
Now, which brings me, I'm going to jump ahead to one of the questions that I usually ask at the end of the show. But since we're talking about the international market, and you mentioned 2015, the market ahead of us, I'm going to ask you that question right now. How do you see the real estate market in Miami within the next year and 3 to 5 years? 1 year time frame, 3 and 5 years.
My opinion, and this year, next year is we're gonna continue having a growing market.
Okay.
And a number of sales and prices. Not like 2 years ago, a year ago, like a 23% increase in prices or 17%, but we're gonna be on the 8%. That is, it is a good number. When we presented that to the investors. And then from 2017-18, we're going to have a stable market.
Okay.
That we're going to grow like the historic numbers, like around 5-6%.
Okay. What do you think is that?
It's according to the economy.
Okay.
We're
cyclical business.
Cyclical business.
Okay.
I don't believe in what a lot of people said, that we're gonna be in another bubble or anything. We have a totally different.
A completely different market, yes.
And if we compare, that's about the education factor. People, they don't read. They don't. Yes, someone tell them that they were taking a cup of coffee, and they were talking about the real estate. No, the prices are too high. Too high compared with what?
Very good, extremely good point. Compared to what exactly?
When I show them some graphic to my agent, telling them, okay, what do you think about the prices that we have in 2015? Okay. If we go back, where we at? 2005, 6, 7, and say, oh my God, 2007 for sure, because the prices are really high.
Right.
No, we're at the end of 2004. Still, we have a lot of room to grow. Right. But that's really important when you're in front of a client or an investor, or any client, a local client, and tell them, look, this is the prices that we have right now. they're gonna keep growing with the price. It's gonna be increasing and increasing and increasing because there's no other way. And Miami has changed, a lot. You know what's going on in the downtown area. Before we were talking about Brickell downtown, not just downtown, just Brickell right now.
Right.
It's huge.
Right.
It's beautiful. And Doral, where we have the office here, a lot of people that are coming to Doral. We
Yes.
have 2 or 3 areas in Miami, Coral Gables, Pinecrest, and the downtown, the business area, and Doral. That the people that are moving from, it depends. The people that they're living in Brickell area, and they have one kid, and they move to Doral. Then
Right.
they have 2 or 3 kids. They go to Pinecrest or Coral Gables.
Right.
It's changing a lot.
Now you see the market growing, and I agree with that. I think it's going to stabilize like any other market, but the foundation of a real estate market is very strong.
It's very
The
strong.
type of buyer that we are getting is not only the international buyer, but also the domestic buyer coming from New York, California, with a lot of money because of the taxes, the advantages we have, tax reasons, the cost of living in Miami, and the geographic location of our city makes it very special, right? So, but going back to what we talked about before, the failures, and you mentioned the failure in 2007 and what you learned from it. You learned that you need to reinvent yourself, that you need to think about the future, and you always need to, that's, the word was, you need to think ahead,
Exactly.
right? From that failure that most of us share, let's now turn the table and say, all right, one particular success story in your career, in your business, and what did you learn from that successful experience? Anyone in particular that you remember?
I can tell you when we changed the name of the company.
Okay, going back to the name of the company. Okay.
That's the first thing that I have in my head. That that's what's really important because the change was immediately.
Okay.
And I was really positive.
Okay.
And that's 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I started with the driving myself and the way that I need to attract things and I need to be positive.
Okay.
Our life right now is we have it full of stress all the
Right.
time. I'm really positive all the time.
Okay.
I'm looking for opportunities all the time
Okay.
and attracting good things.
Okay.
And it took me a while to
Okay.
make the decision to change the name of the company. And I saw the results next day or the same day that I did that.
Interesting, very interesting. Now you have a company that went from 200 to from 60 agents to over 200 agents. What are some of tell me 3 characteristics that you think a real estate agent in 2014 must have in order to succeed in this business? 3 things that they need.
They need to be organized.
Okay, number 1, organized.
They need to be
Organization.
organization.
Okay.
Because that's the most important thing.
Okay.
You can sell a lot, you
Right.
can do a lot of things, but if you're not an organized person, your future is
You are not
looking
clear.
good.
You are not
You're
clear. You can simplify your life and you can scale your business. Okay, so that's number 1. Organization.
They need to be educated on a
Education.
daily basis.
Yep. What worked yesterday doesn't work today, or what was the news yesterday is not the news today. So we say that a lot in coaching.
Yesterday, it was yesterday.
Exactly. It's all news.
Yeah, and
Right.
my the way that I see my life and my business is looking ahead.
Right.
Tomorrow, not tomorrow. What's going on next year and the 2 years? Real estate agent, they need to think and they need to understand that they have their own business.
Very good
They're
point.
not just realtors, sales associates,
Right.
salespeople. They have their own business. They don't even know, but they're really and they're entrepreneurs.
See, very important point, and at the same points, if you follow the real estate show and you see the different interviews with top producers, brokers, and successful real estate entrepreneurs, you will see that pretty much the same characteristics or the same things come to the same things come to to the surface. And you mentioned something that they own their own business. One of the great interviews we had in the show was with Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore is one of the most successful real estate agents in Miami, and he was able to sell his firm to the biggest company right now in the world, which is Douglas Elliman. And he made a comparison which is very interesting. He said, we need to understand that we own a business and that the company is like the mall and the real estate agent is like the store. So what do you mean, Jeff, by that? He said, well, think about you as an agent. You own the store, right? In a mall. The mall job is to give you the space in the mall, right? But it's up to the store owner to what? To make a profit in that store. It's the same thing. The broker, you as a broker, give the space, the organization, the administrative support to the agent. But it's up to the agent to grow what you said, his own business. Mm-hmm. And you also talk about thinking ahead, right? I mentioned many times with the interview with Alicia Cervera, she said, and I love that quote, she said, don't ever assume that what created your success in the past or in the last cycle will create your success in the next cycle. Mm-hmm. It's mentioned exactly the same thing. It's just thinking ahead. Very, very, very good. So
yeah, whatever you did in the past or yesterday,
right?
That's
won't
past.
work today. Exactly.
That's what I tell my agents. Sometimes I come here to the office and tell her, look, I'm gonna buy 2 properties today.
Okay.
This guy is crazy.
Okay.
No, I'm not crazy. And then I tell her, look, I bought 3.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Okay. Okay.
I'm focused on doing business. I'm
right.
positive. That's
right.
really important.
right.
A lot of agents that I find in the street. We know a lot of agents. We teach classes.
Right. Definitely.
How's the business?
Okay.
How you doing? So. I'm closing transaction every 2-3 months. About what are you doing different? What are you doing different to change that?
Thinking about the attitude,
and
it's so clear about that. There's a coach from the Olympic team in the United States, the volleyball Olympic team, and he says, you can't win a game with a losing mentality. Exactly. It's just impossible. So if you were going to give one single piece of advice to a new agent, other than the attitude they have, what would that be? What would be that advice?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Mm-hmm.
It's something simple.
Okay.
But we need to start for the simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in yourself,
mm-hmm.
because if you're organized,
mm-hmm.
you educate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
For me, they're the 2 most important things.
Mm-hmm.
And you respect your clients. Servicing. You
mm-hmm.
need to service your client.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's not about selling anything. It's about servicing your
mm-hmm.
client. With those 3 things, it's really important. You believe in yourself, you're gonna succeed.
Okay.
For sure.
Now, what about an advice for an experienced agent that already have the confidence? They already believe in themselves because they prove to themselves that they can make it in this business. What advice would you give that particular experienced agent?
For those agents, I will tell them to take their business
mm-hmm.
to a highest level.
Okay.
Organize their business.
Okay.
As a business.
Very good point. As a business.
As a business.
Don't take this as a business. Every time we do a seminar, I say, you will learn 3 things from me, regardless of the topic. Number 1, that this is not a job or a career. This is a business. Number 2, learn to pre-qualify. If you don't learn anything else, learn to pre-qualify. You will save yourself time, money, effort, and more important, frustration. Mm-hmm. And finally, that we're in the business of marketing. Every single top producer understands the importance of marketing, and it's the education-based marketing. So one last point, Jose, and thank you very much again for having me in your office. What method or what habits do you practice on a daily basis? And we were talking about off camera, but I would like you to share it with the audience. It's what method, what habit do you use or do you implement in your personal life to release stress?
About my habits, I'm an old-fashioned, person.
Okay.
I still read the newspaper every single morning.
Okay.
I cannot change that.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
hard to get it.
Okay.
I watch some news on the country that I work the most.
Okay.
I need to know first time in the morning what's going on in those countries. It's really important because I'm gonna be in contact with them, with my client from those countries, every single day, and to relieve stress, I every 2-3 hours.
You mentioned that. I like that.
Take 5 minutes, go out of my office, talk to anyone on the elevator at my office or with a team member at my company about anything, but not real estate in specific.
Anything that is not related to business.
Not related to business.
Okay, and you do that every other hour, 2 or 3 hours.
Every 2 or 3 hours.
Perfect.
It's it's a great practice, and it helped me a lot. When I go back to my desk, I'm fresh.
Perfect. Jose, thank you very much for having me in your beautiful office. I think this is your headquarters, right?
This is my corporate.
This is your corporate. You have 4 other offices, and it's been a pleasure to interview you. It's been a pleasure to meet you and see you at the association and have lunch with you and discuss other business matter related to investment, to training, which is one of your passions, and we share that same passion of teaching people. It's a beautiful thing if you enjoy it. So again, thank you very much for having me in your office, and we'll see you in another episode of the Miami Real Estate Show. Until next time, make it a very, very productive day. Take care, guys.